With people living longer, how has the way we live our lives today changed over the past century, and what does this mean for our future? With people living longer, over the past centuries, advances in healthcare, education, society, and finances have helped improve lifespan. Many people now are more likely to be living to see their 80s. That is 20 years more than they did about 100 years ago. We believe that with people living longer, we need to organize and better plan for the rest of our lives. By taking the time to be organized in these four main areas, this will help us better plan out for a longer life. In the early 1900s, many jobs did not require a college degree. The highest education levels were either high school or 1 to 2 years of college. Today, almost every job requires some form of higher education. Most professions now actually require you to attain your master's degree to advance in your job. For example, with a teaching degree, after graduating from undergraduate school, you must get a master's degree within 5 years, or else your teaching license could be suspended. Certain careers, like the healthcare field, require more schooling than before, which adds on to the amount of years spent in college. Education has become a necessity instead of an option nowadays. Because people have to go to college longer, this sets back the social aspect of an individual's life. It also creates an issue with having to pay off loans, which is now a common obstacle that needs to be overcome at a fairly young age. Life expectancy has risen dramatically over the past century. With longer lifespans, major milestones today are being halted. In the early 1900s, the average age to get married and start a family was 22 for women and 26 for men. Today, that is not the case. People are waiting longer to settle down and get married and have children. Nowadays, most people are waiting until their 30s to settle down and start a family. This graph demonstrates the average ages of people when they got married over the past century. You can see how much it has increased since 1900 to now in 2016, and it is still climbing. With a longer life expectancy, people have more opportunities later in life than they did back in the day. People who find themselves realizing they want more from life, whether it be schooling, a different partner, traveling, or a career change, are more likely to make that change now with a society that's more accepting. People in today's world need to start thinking of retirement as soon as they begin in the working field. It is said that people should start saving for retirement at an average age of 20 years old. This is so that you can have enough money to rely on when retirement age comes. It is said that less of the elderly population now are retiring due to changes made to pension plans, With people living longer, the retirement age is being raised to collect pensions because you can no longer save enough money by working for 30 years and retiring for 40 years. With the growing elderly population, the young population would not be able to support all of them as is. This impacts our lives today because this is more of a concern than it was, say, 20 years ago. Another factor that contributes to not being able to retire young is that more people have college loans to pay off, which keeps them in debt for longer, delaying the opportunity to save money. This calls for reform of social insurance programs in order to be able to afford to live comfortably following retirement. With increased lifespan comes more complications with age. Many elderly people 100 years ago died from natural causes due to their body deteriorating. Today, with medical advances, the human body can survive longer, but the mind remains an issue. Dementia and Alzheimer's are two diseases of the brain found in the elderly population. With age, the memory functions of the brain are hindered when the brain cells die, and once they die, they are gone forever. Because of this happening, there will be an increase in the need for elderly care. There needs to be more programs geared towards the elder population in order to compensate for the increased elderly population. More programs are starting to be aimed towards keeping senior citizens involved in their communities despite the need to be in nursing homes or assisted care. This influences individuals of our day because more planning is necessary for the final chapters of our lives.